So our society puts a lot of emphasis on, building your business or climbing up the corporate ladder. And I feel like we get so many strategies for how to do that in business or work, but we're kind of lacking in how to do that in our relationships and our marriages and our family life and stuff like that. Hey everyone, it's Allie and Zach Figiel with Realty Executives Cooper Spransey.
Welcome to season 2 of Realty from A to Z. This season is titled Reality from A to Z, where we talk about our life and the reality that comes with it.
Yeah, so we just wanted to invite you into our lives and see what it's all about and give you some tips on business or working with your spouse, which is obviously terrible, and real estate if it comes up.
You see us in the videos, we're laughing, we're smiling, we're having fun. And most of the time we are, but behind the scenes, things can get a little bit ugly.
Yeah, even though we may look like we're having a good time on screen, sometimes we are arguing and swearing at each other behind the scenes.
We're not swearing. No one's swearing. What do you want me to say?
Anyways, we have a sense of humor about it, which is good. But we've just come to realize that our relationship and probably everyone's relationship involves arguing and fighting, and that can be a healthy part of our growth. So we just wanted to pop on here on a video to talk about some ways that we can work through that growth.
You remember when we first started dating?
I do.
Remember how it was just like a fairy tale and we fell in love and lived happily ever after?
No, I forgot about that.
No, me too, because it didn't happen that way, folks. Well, when we first started dating, we had, what would you call it? Lots of fights.
Yes, blowouts, if you will.
Blowouts, if you will. I will. And so a lot of fights ended in dramatic fashion. I would break up with you, and then the next day I would come crying back.
Yeah, or I would come crying back too.
You too?
Anyways, one of our biggest fights, we were sitting in a class together because we still worked together at the time, and we broke up for like 5 days and it was awful. We were sitting in a class together and I passed him a note that said E to P on it, and he understood what that meant.
E to P, what does that stand for?
All right, so it stands from entrepreneurial to purposeful. Basically, going from E to P means kind of instead of just relying on the things that you're good at or just things that come more naturally to you, really pushing yourself to focus on things that may not be quite as natural to you, but that are gonna take you to the next level. So, in this class, we saw this graph of kind of this ceiling of achievement that you would reach. And if you're just always kind of operating in your entrepreneurial sense or just, kind of go with the flow, you're just always gonna hit this top point here. And then if you can switch to go from E to P, then that's where you break through this ceiling. So you just have to figure out what this line on the graph is for you and your business, or for us, our relationships. So in our business, it looks like leverage. So we've hired a transaction coordinator, so we can really serve our clients better and then be outgrowing our business. So our society puts a lot of emphasis on, building your business or climbing up the corporate ladder. And I feel like we get so many strategies for how to do that in business or work, but we're kind of lacking in how to do that in our relationships and our marriages and our family life and stuff like that. So.
All right, we are back. We just took a break because we needed to eat a pee. We got in a fight in the middle of this video, which is funny because that's what the video is about.
Okay.
It's about making up after fights and eating to pee. So Allie just mentioned a lot of great strategies for E to P in business, but there are also several strategies that we use in our marriage. So first one we have is marriage retreats. So we actually recently got back from a marriage retreat that was a weekend long, and it was a lot of fun. We grew a lot. We got in a nice big fight, and and we moved past it. So we really strongly believe in marriage maintenance. We like to do that once a quarter if possible. We're also involved with a week, or it's usually once or twice a month, our marriage group for church. So that's fun. It's a group setting.
We also want to put on our schedule every week that we spend one-on-one time together.
Yeah.
Which sounds dumb because we literally spend all of our time together. Anyways, but a little bit more focused time for just us without work allowed, which is difficult. So we schedule that in our calendar. We call it a 10 and 10. We'll talk about that in some other episode. But basically that we're just working through our feelings and then, you know, affirming things that the other person has done throughout the week that makes them, you know, more lovable. And then just asking for encouragement. So things that we need help with throughout the week and things that we need support on.
Another thing that we do to go from E to P is slow dance. So sometimes when we're in an argument, and usually it's something that I did that's ridiculous and I want to make up with you, is I make you slow dance with me. So I'll put on a nice romantic song, and usually I just kind of have to force you to do it. And if we don't do a slow dance, another alternative is just force her to hold my hand or to hug me, which she does always hate at first, and then typically comes around to it after a lot of crying.
Yeah, it's a good way to kind of, well, it forces me to like get over myself and, you know, it kind of forces me to like hug him and stuff, which sounds miserable, which it is at first, but usually it's a good way to just kind of disarm both of us, and so then we can really talk about, you know, what we're feeling instead of just being angry at the other person. All right, and the last thing is just having a sense of humor. So this is probably our biggest one that we just are very blessed to have that in our life. So
super blessed.
So I feel like we've gotten pretty good at just letting things go. Obviously there are times where we get very mad and whatever, but then usually we can laugh about it later. And I think that helps us a ton, is just laugh about the mistakes we make and the failures that we have so that we can just keep pressing forward instead of getting caught up in the moment or in your anger or frustration or whatever. So yeah. So those are 4 things that are like our line where we're gonna, you know, blow past that, because we have those 4 tools, you know, to take us from E or entrepreneurial, or just kind of doing this when it's fun and, you know, kind of going with the motions, or to take us to purposeful, meaning like when we're in a fight or we're in an argument, we're gonna persevere, and it may not be super fun all the time, but we have some awesome tools in our tool belt. So whether it be for business or building your dream and making it into reality, or focusing on a relationship, hopefully the E to P idea will help you a lot in whatever you're doing.
Well, Al, this has been fun. We got into one fight. We literally had to take a break from filming to go have a fight because some of us were being tired and crabby. And then now we're back. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you taking the time. From the spouses that sell houses, make it a great day.